Tanisha's cuties. So we're going to paint this 3 bedroom, 1 bath house, right? So I don't know how long it's gonna take me or take us to be exact. I hope it's gonna take like one day, because that'd be so amazing, instead of like 2 days or three, because usually we finish painting a house like 3 days to 2 days, but I hope it's like the other one. The other house was like a 3 bedrooms, 1 bath. So I'm hoping it's gonna be one day, to paint it, So after, I'm gonna try to. Here's the kitchen, guys. It's already finished. Can you believe it? This is the living room. The hallway, guys. The closet. It's just the bathroom. Joy up. And the rooms. Back to the hallway. The closet. One of the rooms. This house is finished. Here's the other room. Oh yeah, I gotta show you the closet. So we are still cleaning up that house, right? So my mom, the person I was working with, right? So she thought that if she throw water on the floor, right, and then start sweeping it out, right, it'll get cleaner faster, right? Instead of just using a mop in a bucket, right? So she did that, right? She started throwing the water on the floor. So the water is like the whole place is like full of water, right? So now we sweeping it, right? And we sweeped it out the door, right? And then she add soap. She put the whole soap all over the floor, right? So now it's soap and water, right? So now you think you have some sense to not like run as you try to sweep the floor, right? Apparently she don't have no sense, right? So she ran as she was like sweeping with the mop, actually with the broom. So she was running, sweeping the water outside the door, right? Tell me why this idiot fall on the floor, right? So she fell on the floor, right? And I'm hearing a thump. So I looked to my side, right? I realized she fell, right? So now she's yelling at me. She yelling at me, and I'm like, why is she yelling at me? So she was like, you see me fall and you don't help me? And I was like, in my head, I'm like, I have common sense. If I run towards you to help you, of course I'm going to fall too. I guess her brain is kind of small, right? So I just stand there, as she fall. She fell on her back, right? So, and then I was like, okay, she fell. of course it's gonna happen because the floor is wet, and then you add soap to it. Now it's slippery, and now she thinks that I'm gonna help her after she falls. I was sliding, on the floor and stuff like that, but I ain't fall. I caught myself before I even fall. It's common sense to like not run as you sweeping the floor as you trying to throw it out of the outside, right? So apparently she thinks it's my fault, right? She fall, right? And it was only her fault. The thing about my mom, she loved to blame people. She don't like blaming herself, right? She loved to blame people. Whoever's right beside her or like across the street, she'll blame that person, right? Like, oh, you the one, you the cause of this, Since I was there, right? She thought I was the one who made her fall, right? It's not like I pushed her or anything like that. She fell on her own, given will. So, and then she was like, oh, put these things into the car, right? The ladder and a stick and some other stuff, right? So I put that in the car, right? And she was like, oh, these bags would have like a rip, but it have like a paintbrush, right? So I was like, okay, She never gave me the bag, because I would have known if she gave me the bag or not, right? Apparently she thinks she gave me the bag and I lost the bag or I threw it in trash, right? So now she's mad because now she gotta buy a brush and some paint to continue finish up the house, right? It's not my fault, right? She thinks she handed it to me. I think she have old times at this moment, right? Because every time she be forgetting things. So she's yelling at me because she's like, I think maybe you put it in the storage or something like that, right? So I looked in the storage. I couldn't find it, right? The bag with the paintbrush and everything, right? I couldn't find it because there was a lot there, right? So I'm thinking that she's talking about this brush what is into the paint, what is outside, right? Apparently she's saying it's not that one, right? But it is a paintbrush out there, right? So I'm thinking it must be in the house, right? But the door is locked, right? So I couldn't go in there and see if it was in there, right? So apparently she thinks everything is my fault. She did this one with my older sister. She always blamed my older sister, right? Apparently my older sister, she's up north some shit, right? So it's me. And I'm the only one who's helping her. I'm the only one who's helping her, but she blames me. That's kind of funny. I think she's just plain stupid. But anywho, if you have these kind of stories or have a person's like this, she's always angry all the time. So I should just record her, and just show how weird she is. So yeah, comment down below if you have these kind of stories. I really want to know. Bye.